Tropical Storm Bret is continuing to intensify on approach to the Lesser and Greater Antilles. Currently, it is at 13.2 degrees north and 53.3 degrees west. Current stats as of 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time have the system at 60 miles per hour and 1,000 millibars. Its movement is to the west at 15 miles per hour. Once again, it currently is a tropical storm with 60 mile per hour winds and 1,000 millibars, and it is on approach to the Lesser and Greater Antilles, including Barbados. It is currently 455 miles from Barbados, 551 miles from St. Lucia, 554 miles from Martinique, and 596 miles from Dominica, and 603 miles from Grenada. That is 732 kilometers from Barbados, 886 from St. Lucia, 891 from Martinique, 959 from Dominica, 970 from Grenada. A tropical storm warning is in effect for St. Lucia, while a tropical storm watch is in effect for Barbados, Dominica, and Martinique. Sustained winds are around 60 miles per hour. This is in agreement with the National Hurricane Center. The only difference that we've noticed, though, is that satellite estimates have it a little bit higher at 65 miles per hour. On the top left, you can see where Bret is located compared to 93L, which could become Cindy in the future. This is the National Hurricane Center's current cone for the system, which has it approaching the Lesser Antilles as a 65 mile per hour peak before weakening and potentially dissipating on day 4. Sea surface temperatures are very good for the system. It is currently in waters around 28 degrees Celsius. It is expected to go into warmer waters, but this is not going to help it much as wind shear is going to pick up. The GFS run has it strengthening slightly before weakening. It does impact the Greater Antilles before gradually weakening and dissipating in the Caribbean. You'll notice as well there are 3 other systems. One is 93L that trails behind it but curves up towards Bermuda. And you'll see 2 systems in the Pacific which are being monitored by us right now. The European model has it strengthening slightly as well before impacting Barbados and the Antilles Islands, but then weakening over the Caribbean and possibly impacting Nicaragua and Honduras with rainfall. 93L is also seen. You can see it likely will become Cindy as it approaches Bermuda, and you'll notice on the left in the Pacific there is potential for another system. Multi-model diagnostics are fairly similar, with the system peaking shortly around June 22nd or June 23rd before gradual weakening takes place and when it reaches the Caribbean. Wind shear is expected to substantially increase over the next 48 hours, and that's why it's expected to weaken once it reaches the Caribbean. Also, sea surface temperatures are very good for this system, although it is going to have to experience some dry air once it reaches the Caribbean. Other than that, though, tracks are fairly consistent that it will not impact other land masses as a tropical storm. Visible satellite imagery shows the system is wrapping itself up quite nicely on the northeastern side as well, with a blob of convection appearing on the western side of the system. Infrared shows the same thing with the convection blob on the west side of it that's been blowing up very consistently recently. Other than that, we'll have more advisories on Bret, and tell me in the comments what you thought of this.